Run. Everybody run.
Go, start.
When Gazelle wake up, run.
Dustin Poirier didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts on Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight, suggesting the Dagestani might never fight at lightweight again.
Fill out your frame the way your body wants to be. To go back down to 55 is going to take some time, I think, to really be at a calorie deficiency and lose some of the muscle he's putting on. Because like I said, I know for a fact he doesn't make 155 easy. So now it's going to be even tougher. He could do it, but it's going to... Yeah, he could be completely done at lightweight. It might be too hard for his body to get back down and compete at that level.
Makhachev's transition to welterweight has been one of the most talked about stories of the year. After an incredible 12-fight win streak and a dominant run at lightweight, he's decided to take on a massive new challenge. He vacated his lightweight title earlier this year after defending it 4 times, most recently against Renato Moicano at UFC 311. Now, with UFC 322 fast approaching, he's set to test himself against Australia's Jack Della Maddalena on November 15th at Madison Square Garden. The event promises fireworks from top to bottom, but all eyes are on this headline clash between one of the UFC's most dominant champions and one of its most dangerous finishers.
Who do you guys have right now for Jack and Islam?
Dude, let's lock in the picks. Dude, going into this fight, I know Bilal isn't the same grappling level as Islam. You give him a B, right?
Yeah.
Islam's grappling like an A+, right? As far as his ability to finish fights, take you down. With all that said, I feel like the boxing and the size is going to be the big difference for Islam.
This is the part that Islam will excel in.
Exactly.
Oh,
He could pin him.
Like, Islam's not going to just lay on him like this.
100%. The fact that JDM can scramble, that turns into submission opportunities for Islam, a guy who could finish him on the ground.
While many fans believe Makhachev's wrestling will be the deciding factor, not everyone agrees that his move up in weight will guarantee success. Poirier's main success revolves around the long-term effects of bulking up. Once a fighter adds muscle and lets the body settle at a higher weight, it's not easy to go back. He knows from personal experience how difficult it is to maintain discipline while cutting weight, especially as fighters age and their bodies resist drastic drops. Makhachev, already a solidly built lightweight, now has to balance power with endurance in a division filled with naturally bigger men.
Yeah, and I think when we see him in there across from another welterweight, he's gonna fill the part. He's gonna look like a welterweight fighter. He's a big guy, you know. And I'm excited about that fight. You know, if JDM's takedown defense holds up and he makes Islam have to be in front of him, you know, it could be a long night. But that's so much easier said than done, man, when these guys are on your body and on your legs, and it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah, for real. Well, Jack Della Maddalena did some media in Perth. He was saying he's expecting a lot of grappling very early on, so he at least knows what's coming his way. It will be interesting to see how Makhachev performs there, but we'll talk about that as it gets closer on. For now, it's about UFC 320.
Merab Dvalishvili, the current bantamweight champion, has been keeping a close eye on Makhachev's progress too. As someone known for relentless pace and grappling pressure, Merab understands the fine balance between strength and cardio. He believes Islam has what it takes to secure a second belt, but acknowledges that facing a well-rounded striker like Maddalena is no walk in the park. The Georgian champion pointed out how Makhachev's southpaw stance and wrestling creativity make him unpredictable, yet he also recognized Maddalena's sharpness on the feet and his constant ability to adapt mid-fight.
Islam, do you think that he gets the job done?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible. JDM is a great fighter, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling. He don't get hits. He takes people down and he mauls people. Islam can win the second belt.
Meanwhile, Alexander Volkanovski, who has shared the cage with Makhachev twice, has his own opinion about the welterweight clash. The former featherweight king believes Jack Della Maddalena might surprise people. Having faced Islam's pressure firsthand, Volkanovski knows what it takes to handle that kind of fight IQ and intensity. Yet, he also sees Maddalena as a real threat. The Australian's confidence, especially after dominating Bilal Muhammad, has skyrocketed. Volkanovski thinks that performance showed a new level in Jack's takedown defense and composure, suggesting his boxing and forward pressure could cause serious problems for Islam.
With JDM, he's getting ready for Islam Makhachev. How dangerous is he for Islam?
So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. You've got Bilal, who's a wrestler. Look how we handle that. And you know he's a beast on the feet. Islam's not taking this one lightly. So him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Max Holloway also chimed in with a unique perspective, focusing less on physicality and more on fight IQ. Holloway praised Maddalena's ability to read his opponents and make quick adjustments mid-battle, something that could play a huge role against a tactical genius like Makhachev. He sees both fighters as highly cerebral, which makes their styles unpredictable and the fight itself hard to call.
Your thoughts on Islam moving up to welterweight?
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know. He's the number 2 pound for pound in the world. You gotta respect that, but don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and when that match happens, I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack.
Yoel Romero was equally impressed with Madalena's development. He admired how Jack handled pressure in the Bilal fight, staying composed even when faced with adversity. Romero pointed out that while Madalena doesn't have the Dagestani-style wrestling background, his conditioning, timing, and ability to stay calm under duress give him a different kind of advantage. In Romero's eyes, those qualities could help Jack withstand Islam's pressure long enough to turn the tide later in the fight.
Yoel Romero gives his honest take. Yoel Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Maddalena, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling?
Robert Whittaker, another proud Australian, made no secret of his loyalty. He backed Maddalena fully, emphasizing his discipline and composure in striking exchanges. Whittaker argued that Jack doesn't need to stop every takedown attempt, he just needs to stop enough to keep the fight where he's strongest. His message was simple: as long as Jack can prevent Islam from controlling the tempo, he has the tools to win.
As you can be.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. Yeah. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Israel Adesanya looked at the matchup from a technical angle. Having fought his share of wrestling-heavy opponents, he believes the key for Maddalena lies in disrupting Makhachev's rhythm. If Jack can keep the fight standing and dictate distance, Adesanya thinks he can land something decisive. But he also cautioned that Islam's adaptability is what makes him so dangerous. One small mistake could lead to a takedown and total control.
How are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only sparred Della once, not really hard crazy, but and I didn't try and take him down at all, but I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy.
Yeah, he's
even
good
watching him with Bilal as well, and Gilbert Burns. His scrambles are crazy, and I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him, because when he puts some things on him, he's like, oh shit, I'm not standing with this guy, I have to take him down. And then he tries, gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down, because he's a big dude. People don't realize how big Della is as well, and he's solid. So I really
Dense, man, just dense.
Yeah. Like when I felt, like I said, we're sparring, and then it's just a weight behind it, and the way he throws it, the body banging, man, it's f***ing good.
Charles Oliveira, who knows Makhachev's dominance firsthand, gave a more measured take. He respects both fighters, but finds the idea of a long, drawn-out war fascinating. Oliveira suggested that if Maddalena can drag the fight into the later rounds, Makhachev might find himself in unfamiliar territory. Islam has rarely been tested deep into championship rounds by someone who can keep landing clean shots and stay composed under pressure.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é jogo muito complicado, porque ele é cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo é o time.
Behind Maddalena's preparation is Craig Jones, one of the world's best grappling coaches. Jones, who helped Volkanovski prepare for his bouts with Makhachev, has been sharpening Jack's defensive grappling and escape skills. This partnership could be crucial. Jones already understands Islam's tendencies from first-hand experience, and he's been helping Maddalena build strategies to stay on his feet longer. The more Jack can neutralize Islam's takedowns, the more chances he'll have to unleash his crisp boxing combinations.
How do you think the fight against Islam goes?
I think it's a super difficult fight. Obviously, he's faced Volk twice. So the first one, very competitive. And now he's facing a guy that's best scrambling ability, period, in all of MMA. I think that's what Bilal struggled with. So I think the size difference is going to be quite a lot than people think. And we've seen how Volk did on the ground, how much Islam struggled with him. Jack beats Islam, puts Islam in a difficult position. Does he now go back down to fight Ilya after he loses?
Colby Covington brought in a more analytical angle, looking at the physical differences between divisions. He pointed out that Makhachev won't have the same size edge he enjoyed at lightweight, which could change how effective his wrestling is. Still, Covington sided with Islam due to his relentless and seamless blend of striking and grappling. To him, Makhachev remains one of the most complete fighters in the sport, capable of adapting to any situation inside the cage.
Islam versus JDM, what do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight?
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
Dan Hardy offered one of the most grounded assessments of all. He reminded fans that dominance doesn't always carry over when a fighter moves up in weight, and according to Hardy, this fight is as much about physical adjustment as it is about skill. He questioned whether Islam's body would respond well to the heavier division, and how Maddalena would handle the pressure of defending his belt against someone as accomplished as Makhachev. Hardy also reminded that while beating Islam would elevate Jack's status overnight, the challenges awaiting him afterward in the welterweight division would be even tougher.
Obviously, John Jones against Tom Aspinall, which is the blockbuster. I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, on any day, including Ilya Poirier. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev.
Philip Rowe didn't hesitate to back Maddalena. He thinks Islam's frame simply isn't built for welterweight and believes Jack's mix of power, timing, and recovery will be too much for him. Rowe envisions Maddalena overwhelming Makhachev with pace and clean striking combinations before the fight ever reaches the judges' scorecards.
Philip Rowe, what's cracking, man?
Chilling.
Hey, now listen, you're welterweight, you've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in the fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally he'll stop at Islam.
Sean O'Malley zoomed out to look at the bigger implications. He noted that the winner could open doors to massive fights down the line, possibly even against Ilya Poirier. O'Malley also highlighted Maddalena's unpredictability. If Jack can defend a few early takedowns and create space, the fight could explode into chaos. In his mind, one well-timed moment could flip the script entirely instantly.
Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev.
I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Bilal was very impressive, made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude is slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA.
Big belt, who gives him that?
Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as Ilya versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Gilbert Burns weighed in from a veteran's perspective, pointing out that fighting at welterweight might actually benefit Makhachev. Without the brutal lightweight weight cuts, Islam could enter the cage fresher and stronger. But Burns also recognized how dangerous Maddalena could be, especially with elite minds like Craig Jones and Volkanovski backing him. He sees this matchup as a perfect balance. Makhachev's newfound freedom at a higher weight against Maddalena's technical reinforcements and composure.
Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proving himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Finally, Jack Hermansson offered a cautious take. He praised Makhachev as one of the pound-for-pound best at lightweight, but questioned whether that same dominance would carry over to a bigger division. At the same time, he acknowledged Maddalena's rapid rise after beating Belal Muhammad, though he stopped short of calling him elite just yet.
Yeah, it's so hard because you never know when people are changing weight classes. But in lightweight, you know, Islam looks like unbeatable. It's just like maybe the pound for pound best. It's just so insanely good. But can he do it in a weight class above? I'm not sure. Really hard to predict a fight like that. I think I still have to say Islam.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Yeah, we need to see a few more fights with Jack. It looked amazing against Bilal, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's something about the Islam is just so good.
As UFC 322 approaches, the narrative continues to build. From Poirier's warning about the dangers of moving up and down in weight, to champions and analysts breaking down every angle, one thing is certain. Makhachev versus Maddalena is shaping up to be one of the most compelling fights in recent memory. Both men carry immense pressure, and when the cage door closes on November 15th at Madison Square Garden, fans will finally see whether Islam Makhachev can conquer new territory, or if Jack Della Maddalena will solidify his place as the king of welterweight.